Week 2 of our monthly food challenge under $200. So this week's meals, first we have meatballs out of the freezer. No, I can't make them myself, they fall apart, I'm still learning. Vegetables we have here, and put some mashed potato together as well. Looking at all of the costings that we have here broken down, and you can see this is probably one of our more expensive meals because the meatballs are there, and also added chicken nuggets in for my son, but still I'm pretty happy with it overall. Super easy pasta because I got it all marked down, so why not? And again, it was all in the freezer, so we're doing a bit of a clean it out challenge, and it made 2 generous servings, so that was really good. And my son just wanted to have a pasty for dinner, so that's what I cooked him. So it worked out the costings for the 2 of us for the pasta, which is still cheaper than takeaway, which is really good. And I added in up the top $2 for my son's dinner. That will get added on at the end because I'd already calculated the other. My daughter wasn't here for dinner that night, so that's why it worked out so cheap. The next night we have got a stir fry. This beef I would have got marked down or cut off a bigger piece of roast, so that's why it's frozen in the bag. We've got the noodles that are here marked down. I would have thrown in a jar of sauce as well, and some corn. So I've got all the costings here for how that all works out, and that gave all of us actually a really generous serving size, again for the 4 of us. The next night was pizza, and it cost us nothing because we were donated this. A friend had a bakery, and the end of day stock went to our in-laws, and they ended up bringing us some food. So we said thank you very much, and we had the pizzas for dinner, just divided the 2 massive slabs that they were in half. So technically a free dinner, thank you very much. My daughter was at an event actually, so hubby was happy that he got a little bit extra pizza, but still it cost us nothing for dinner. Now, we're still doing the clean it out, even though we were in January, and there's just stuff everywhere. So you'll see upcoming videos. So if you're interested in seeing how I put together some other meals from the freezer and cleaning out and organizing things, then subscribe to the channel. So these meatballs, I was actually free from a Woolworths bunch deal that I had, so we're going to use them up. And these bread rolls were from the donations that we got yesterday from the bakery as well. We also had some chocolate donuts and some frozen pasties and pies that you'll see coming up down the track in meals as well. So very grateful for those donations. My daughter is having a quiche, so I'm just showing you all the bits and pieces. I don't think it ended up using any oat milk. I just always have it there in case I need to thin it out a little bit, and I've just got bits and pieces everywhere. So we put all of it together that you've seen 100 times before. Now, to go along with the meatballs, I'm doing meatball subs for hubby using that bread up again that was free. And I did weigh out the passata sauce, but I don't actually think I worked into the costing. I think it'd be about 10 cents or something, because I remember I got the whole jar for 80 cents. It was really cheap at the time. I did weigh out the cheese, and I did record that. So I just chopped up 2 of the buns lengthwise and put meatballs in there like a Subway, and melted the cheese, and he was really happy with that. For my son, I did similar, but did ham, cheese and pineapple, and he was really happy with that. I just had a quiche that I'd got marked down that I'd thrown in the freezer that I wanted to have, so everyone was happy all round. So here is all the costings. So the meatballs, yep, they were free from the Woolies bunch, like I mentioned, but I did control the cheese, just also because I was curious to what the costing was. A whole block cost me $10, because I look for the cheapest block possible. Making the quiche probably takes the most amount of money. I did get the eggs marked down again from the service station that I talked about in the last video, and the cream and the tuna is probably the most expensive part of it all, but it divided by 4. I could stretch it out further if I want to, but it's just easier to keep it at 4 servings, and then I know how it all works out. But still, we were really happy overall. The next night we're doing some panko chicken, so I got some chicken breast from the shop and I chopped it all up and I covered it all. Now this will cover us for a couple of meals. So the first one we had panko chicken with chips and veg on the side. Now I've put here that the chips were $2. I think I thought I used packet chips till I looked over the freezer, but $2 will cover the potatoes or the carrots or whatever you want to add. It's just the estimation. Our last meals were doing burgers, and we always do that when I get buns that are marked down. So I always have the ingredients in the freezer ready to go as soon as I can find the bread that I need. So we've got some of that panko chicken that we got from yesterday. So I don't show that in the costings because I'd already looked at it earlier. But we do grab out of the freezer a chicken patty for my son and a beef patty for hubby. I just took a bit to get them apart because they were frozen. I did put here some beetroot, and I did put down the costings for the cheese and the lettuce just because it's partly what we used, but mostly the lettuce is used in sandwiches and things like that for lunch. But I still threw it all in there to give a bit of an estimate of what the cost is. I'm pretty sure we would have had chips on the side, so I think I threw in some costing for that as well, but I just showed it with just my burger that was there. I probably stood there and ate the chips separately and then realized, oh yeah, I need to film this. So that's how it works out. I put $2 down for the costing of chips because I'm pretty sure we had some leftover bits of packets in the freezer because, as I said, I was clearing it out. So it was just to cover costs. It's probably a little bit less, but anyway, it all averages out. So I've written down all the pricing that we do have. So it's come to $49.77, so it's under the $50. So we are well ahead for a quarter of the $200. That's really good. Divided by 7 nights is $7.11, or divided by the 4 meals works out to be $1.77 each. Even though my daughter wasn't here for 1 or 2 meals, it still works out to be an average. You can check out week 1 to see how we went there, but like, comment and subscribe to stay tuned for the future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.